Welcome back to Less Cash, More Mash. My name's Tom.
Mike.
And Finn. Say it. Okay. And today we're cracking open a semi-new bottle of Ragged Branch Double Oak Wheated Bourbon. So this one comes courtesy of superfan of the channel, Steve. This is the last one that he had left. I gotta get a hold of him. I haven't seen him in a dog's age, but
Steve has disappeared.
He is MIA right now, but I haven't seen him in a while. So this was the last one that he had left us to try out of his collection. He got this for approximately $45. It is $45. 90 proof. This is batch 2, bottle number 2,190. So Ragged Branch is a craft distillery, or whoever did this. This is made out of a craft distillery out of Virginia. It's supposed to be 68% corn, 16% wheat, and 16% malted barley. Those are weird numbers. I'm wondering, usually with the high malted barley like that is where I get that fresh bread. I do not remember this. This has been up on the shelf for a long time.
It said it was double oaked. It was in a barrel, then it went to another barrel.
So it is
wheated. Double oak.
It is. This is the double oaked one, right? Because I looked up two different things. So it didn't give a time frame on how old it is. It says aged to perfect maturity in the first one, and then finished in a highly charred, one of the weakest cork pots ever. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
It's been resting.
Oh my goodness, that thing fell out if we would have turned it upside down.
Well,
but we
only have 50 corks we can put in there. He's got too much time on
this. This is not my bottle. If you'd stop drinking all our bottles, we wouldn't have so many extra corks. Pro tip, save your corks when you finish your bottle, because if you do need to take one out of the bucket, that's what I've been doing when we do have stuff. You know, because if you ever buy a redemption, you're going to have to replace the cork at least 3 times because it just rips
you put
them
it in
apart.
synthetic.
That's you got to find one that fits, though. They're tricky.
It's a pretty distinctive nose right off the bat.
So what I remembered when it just came and hit me. So I am definitely
I'm not getting an oak though. Is that the wheat I'm getting?
Yeah, I'm getting that it's starting right off the bat to bring me to that land of like a fresh baked bread.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
quick.
Yep.
Is that what I'm getting like a wheat? I don't know if I'm in a bread land. I guess your smell of bread.
Yeah.
And
it could be a wheat bread. It's fine, like a wheat.
But is it cooking, or you're just smelling like raw dough?
You're smelling like even if you just took a loaf of bread
cooking,
and
it don't smell like this.
No, but when you smell like I attribute it to because you always smell a fresh baked bread. Like it brings me to like the yeast part of like smelling bread. Like it's bread.
Yeast smells like shit.
No, I'm only kidding. No, it smells like bread.
It's a very, 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 very strong nose of something.
Let's see what it tastes like. I can't say I've ever grabbed a pile of wheat and smelled it, so I can't tell you what that smells like.
I'm with you 100% on that.
But but like a nice wheat bread, or like even if you open up
it's a pretty, for 90 proof, this actually, it is pretty good. Oh, it's stuck in my throat. But it's a very, very strong, but yet sweet.
It's definitely bringing me in that bread land.
I'm
100%
trying to figure out what I'm tasting. So,
like, there's no other way to like it. It's definitely. I mean, it tastes like you bit a piece of bread without butter on it. Like get a piece of wheat bread and just throw it in your face. That's what you're drinking right now. That's what it tastes like to me. Like it really does give me that bread.
It has a huge different nose, though. You should be able to distinct if you could remember that nose, but it's not.
This won't be going in anyways, unless he says I don't want it. But what I remember when me and him, well, this is so long ago now.
45
is he was super excited about it because he loved Woodford Double Oak. And when he drank this, he was like, nah, like it's not as good. It wasn't as good.
There's like a tweaky aftertaste to this one versus that one. Like the Woodford was very phenomenal. That's what I'm saying. That one was very smooth. It didn't have that. It's like an extra bite of something in this one.
It's that,
going down.
it's got to be something in the water because when we did discretion, that was also in Virginia. Like it's either their yeast strand or there's something going on with it that really brings that. It's a total different. It's a total different flavor.
It is.
It's not a traditional bourbon, and you really. I guess if I'm going to be disappointed in anything, when you call something double oaked, you would hope to get an oak flavor, but that other flavor is so overpowering. I'm really not getting that oak. Do you get oak on the finish?
No, I don't. I'm kind of getting like a wheat, like that.
This brings me in a realm. I actually like this, but it makes me think of. It brings me where like Old Elk brought me when we had the Old Elk one, or
it's got a very strong nose.
Yeah, no, everything about it, it's actually
kind of
like
nutty-ish.
I'm not a huge fan of the $45 thing, but it is a craft distillery, so I'm not hurt about that. I understand smaller distilleries usually charge more. It's very flavorful.
Mm.
Now, whether you like that flavor or not, if you're a traditional, like if you're someone who likes the traditional Woodford bourbon caramel, you're not getting caramel out of this. That bread flavor really takes over. It brings me to where the Old
For
Elk
me,
was.
I'm getting a weak mashed nut type deal.
He gets a nut and everything.
So, and you're getting a bread and everything, but it's just I don't get any fruit.
No,
Like a very light caramel, maybe that's
See, sometimes I get it, and it feels like you have like a piece of bread with like Nutella on it or something, like some kind of a spread. I'm not getting any spread on this. This is literally eating a dry bread. Like it really gives me that bread taste. That's it. It's not. But I would think being doubled oak, you would hope you'd start getting the caramels and all this stuff.
Just because I just read it, it's saying you should be getting a nose of a creme brulee, which you probably never had, so it wouldn't matter. So that note would not be. And I'm not.
Which one is that? I know tiramisu.
It's the one they flame the top.
Yeah, no, it never flamed my dessert.
Like a custard flame top.
Nope.
I don't know if I've ever had one either. I just know what it is, so I couldn't tell you if it smells like that or not.
Yeah,
but
it smells just like something I never had. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I've never had one.
Throw it out there, but I can't say I don't really. It's a different flavor.
I mean, if I'm going to compare it, it brings me to where that Greenbrier brought us. It's got the similar nose to me, but that was only $32. So I mean, if I was going to get one that has,
it's a very strong nose, and that's not a double. That's not a.
It's not a double oak, but I'm not getting any oak out of this.
No, I'm with you with that.
So that's that. I guess if I'm going to knock it on anything, other than
is it a good thing or a bad thing? I guess maybe people don't want that extra.
Right, but if you buy something that says double oak, you should be looking for an oaky flavor.
Mm.
Right? I mean,
no, you would think.
I would think
it
that's
does have
only
a distinctive flavor, though.
But it's not the flavor you think. It reminds me of the bottled discretion he had, or the tarnished truth. The other ones he brought from Virginia Beach.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it seems like that water distills differently.
It definitely brings you to that. Like it brings me to that same flavor that those had.
They did get a good nose. It does have a decent flavor. If you're in the area and you wanted something different, I would not say no.
I will guzzle this right down if it stayed here. You know what I mean? I do like this.
No, yeah.
Because even Old Elk kind of brings me in that.
I don't know if I'd say no.
I'm not saying no. I'm just saying if you are a bourbon lover, this would not bring you to the traditional bourbon flavors.
No. But Virginia seems to lately be doing it.
Yeah, it does. But even like what I remember,
the nose is pretty
Steve
powerful,
bought that one too. But what I remember of the traditional Old Elk, it had this smell, that same
and it was
fresh
pricey.
bread.
That was up there too.
No, right? But it just, which again, as something different, I like it. Like, but if you were trying to drink a bunch of bourbons in a row and this popped up, you'd be like, "What the heck?" Because it totally brings you in a whole nother world.
Totally different.
So this should be, if we did put this in, I would hope that I would be able to remember it's not going to go in, but
no,
unless he leaves
that,
it
that
here.
would be the trick, because I have to try to train that smell, that nose is usually kind of
like when that discretion popped up. Immediately, I knew what it was.
Pretty funny too that
they're in the same.
Like we don't. I should, because there are like different states that they're they're proud of Arkansas, they're proud of this, they're proud of that, and we haven't really kind of branched out into too many of those.
What, that have their own for the state?
Well, they just, Arkansas, we haven't done one from Arkansas.
I think I saw on a live stream last night when I was watching that they said there's actually like a bourbon from all 50 states. That was what it's Bourbon Night.
I would say
it's Bourbon Night was that's their goal now because they have so many bottles.
Imagine that.
Their goal was to try to get one bottle from every state. And I said that's kind of neat. That would be neat.
No.
I hit all 50 states with Ryan by the time he was 12. Had I been thinking of it back then, it would have been neat to buy a bottle that is straight from each state that's made in that state. You know what I mean? That would have been. Cool,
it would have never made it to the channel.
No way, I would have drank every single one of them, no doubt about that. But
the nose is very, very strong. It's a very, very strong, unique nose.
And unique, right.
But not bad.
No. If you're going to go uniqueness, I would take this over like that Balcones that we drank. That was like, what the heck am I drinking? At least this brings me into realms of where I've had it before.
Yeah.
But it's not the traditional bourbon, but it's a wheated bourbon, and again, it's solidifying my opinion that I think I'm getting that bread flavor when there's a high malted barley. I swear it's the malted barley because Discretion had the high malted barley. This has 60%.
And I just still live in a planet of a zero.
And I really think I get that smell off the high malted barley. But I'm gonna have to. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to get the Woodford malt. They have a Woodford malt, and I think it's made with like a lot of malted barley. And see.
That's the name?
Or it could be a malt liquor, and then it's going to be like a scotch. And either way, it's going to, you know what I mean? But I'll know. But to me, I think that's where I'm really getting that main smell through. So, although 45 is a little pricey, it's a small distillery, I guess, or a craft distillery. I don't know how small it is, but it's a craft distillery in Virginia. And I really don't hate it. I actually like it.
I'm with you.
My only knock, and I've said it before, is I would expect an oak flavor in the finish. And for a double oak, you're not getting it.
No, you're not. But I'm not disappointed with the flavor.
Mm-mm. It's good, but if you're buying this bottle to get an oak, you're not going to get it. This ain't your guy right here.
You'll get a nose and you'll get a flavor.
But you're not going to get that oaky.
You are 100% correct.
To me, I don't know if it's that whatever flavor, I'll call it the bread flavor, is overpowering the oak, but it's not like that traditional
because we just did
oaky finish.
I think a couple. Maybe at the very, very end, you get the hang on of that.
But not to the extent where the double oak was just a happy finish. Like that one really, when you get the Woodford double oak.
Deep breath, and then you might get it. Lord. Nice screwed. No cheers. Swallow and take a deep breath.
Yeah, I guess. You could, again, tons of flavor though.
No,
it really does have a ton of flavor.
It does. I'm not disappointed.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. We'll leave it at that. Thank you once again, Steve. I'll be calling you soon. You're going to have to come pick up your bottles. But well, you can come pick it. You don't have to come, but there it is. That is Ragged Branch from, do you remember the distillery? It's called like Ragged something Distillery. Independently handcrafted, I know that. But it's out of Charlottesville, Virginia. So, there it is.
It's about a mountain.
In the mountains. I do like it. There you go. There's our review. So I just got lost I was going to start reading the label, and I'm like, what? I'm on camera. Here we are. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Subscribe.
Definitely brings me in the land of the old elk. That's what it reminds me of.